So it's been a while. I got a lot of conventions coming up. I have 3 back-to-back ones in June. No, July. I keep getting it mixed up. I keep saying July. I don't remember where it is, but it's in July. I guess you should move that, huh? Where are my things? So I have 3 back-to-back conventions in July. I have Delta H-Con, July 15th through 17th, Anime Fan Weekend, July 20th to 21st, and before those 2, I have one that was a kind of a surprise. They actually reached out to me their first year through Etsy. My Etsy shop is closed down. It's been closed down since they kicked me off. But back in 2020, they contacted me through Etsy's DMs, and if I was interested in being in their first year convention. And I did some research on them before I declined. I didn't say no, not interested, but I did some research. I saw where they were going to have it. They had it in the Alvin somewhere in Alvin, Texas, which is right there. And that was that. Years following that, I was interested in going. I think because I just didn't have a lot of conventions under my belt for the year. It was like, I think I'll do this convention now. But they just didn't match the schedule that I had for my conventions that are basically staples now. If you're not familiar with the ones I do, I mostly do oni-con and Delta H-Con, which Delta H-Con is usually a fall convention. So it's usually around November to October, which is usually the times they held their convention in Galveston. Delta H-Con usually is summer, and last 2 years I think Delta H-Con, Anime Matsuri, and BACON have been around the same weekend almost. I know for sure last year Delta H-Con and I think BACON were on the same weekend, I think, or like maybe one day overlap. But there's also lots of stuff happening in Houston. There was, I think, one year Delta H was also the same year as Tokyo Food Festival, I think. But I remember hearing one of my booth mates, I want to say it was Delta H-Con or oni-con. No, I can't remember. I think they all just mixed together now. Saying that they got rained out. So they had a one-day convention mascot contest of, hey, design a mascot. It could be whatever, just follow our color scheme, our theme, whatever. There it is. So I don't know if you can see that. So I designed a little mascot for them. I even gave the mascot a mascot. I gave it like a little pet character. And so I gave her a little cardigan, loafers, the bunchy socks and skirt, school uniform, and I gave her the mom. And I sent it in with different color variations. I gave her like a 2-second little pose of what she'll actually look like. That's not a static pose. I just sent it in for fun. Then the contest ended and I didn't win, but that's okay. And Alvin Fest. It's called Alvin Fest, I think. Alvin Anime Fest, I think is what it's called. Yes, Alvin Anime Fest. That's their second little event thingy they have. That's a one-day convention. I've been trying to get into Delta H-Con as well back when I started out. They held a contest for badge art. And their theme, they do themes around their stuff. The year I submitted was video games. Not specifically video games, because they also have, card games and board games. I went for a retro style on the character as well. They have mascot characters that you have to include in the artwork, which is another part of their criteria. And I chose to do retro anime, like sort of Sailor Moon. I don't remember what year it was. I have it in my badges. I have all my badges from all the shows I've done. I'm just doing a video, buddy. So yeah, so I was able to secure my spot at Delta H-Con through a contest. I have a whole bunch of conventions in July, and then some gap time, time to work on stuff for July, and then for November, which is a whole bunch of time to get new stuff in, work on stuff, and you know, get more art, get some prints, get some more stickers, get some stickers done professionally, which I do my stickers in-house here. I print them, I cut them, but it's very time consuming and it stresses me out. But they contacted me saying, hey, would you be interested in making our mascot for our convention? But they paid me with a table, which is basically, I mean, we have it in the contract saying, we will use your art, and as long as we are using your art, we will have a table for you at this convention, which is awesome, because tables are getting expensive. I did the artwork on that. They sent me all the criteria of what they want. It's like, it's gonna be these colors, we want this pose. They kind of gave me free range with the character design and the concept. I assume they wanted something that looks similar to what they had before, which was this little head thing here. Like, it's a little caricature thing that they have. And so I followed their colors. I'm assuming they wanted something similar to what I had entered in their contest, which was, like I said, it was a very, it was a very designed character. They wanted a character that looked similar to their mascot that they have. So I just assumed this is what they want. So I revamped my entry to fit what they wanted, gave her the same hairstyle as their mascot, and even tried to follow what they had, because the character was like this dark-skinned character with hair back in a bun and a kimono that was white and pink, maybe some sakura, using their color palette that they gave me. And they said, we want to pose because it's because of the 3rd year that they're doing this. They wanted a full body character in 2 different poses, with the number 3 holding up. So I don't know how you hold up 3, like this is an ugly pose, but this is probably better, like stylistically, you know, like this, or like hands. So they wanted a full body character. I sent in the concept and the sketch first, because always send in the sketch and ideas that you have, and then you get the okay to be like, all right. But I sent in the character. They're like, it looks awesome, nothing wrong with it. So I kept the school design that I had for my homecoming character. I drew the sakura petals to mix it with the brush. I gave her like a satyr outfit, kimono looking thing. Even added the boy uniform sort of under it to be like, to give it more style and design. I had the little gold buttons everywhere. It's very cute. I like it. I was like, whoa. But yeah, so I liked how this one came out. So they're like, awesome, cool. And I also gave them a little chibi design that they've been using. If you follow their Instagram, they have been using this design nonstop. Which is what they used it for, which is what they asked for. They asked for something to advertise their convention. I gave them this version, which is them with the badges in their hand, and then the other version that is no badges, which is them going like, yay, whatever. So they've been using this design nonstop. It's amazing. So I think they're gonna be using it for a little while. So I think I'm okay with securing my table. I can't wait for my table. I hope it is not in July, because I have so many conventions in July. I hope it's in August or September or June. And when do they announce it? July 6th through 7th. So now I have 3 conventions in July. In order of when they happen is BalCon, July 6th to 7th. Delta H-Con, July 15th through 17th. Anime Fan Weekend, July 20th through 21st. Yay. So I'm trying to get some more helpers on this, because usually my helper is me, my husband, and my sister, who is the artist also at the table. We should try to get their help with it. I know I have my brother for sure for Delta H-Con and Anime Fan Weekend, because he has some time off of work. And then my twin, who's helping me, I want to say they might show up for BalCon. Not sure. I'll figure it out later. We're still in the talks of that. But for sure I'll have some extra help, which is going to be awesome, because there's times where I'm bogged down by commissions. They usually help make my table back throughout the weekend, because even if I get one, that's a big boost in sales. But whenever I am working on commissions, I am usually hunched over, you know, with my paper in my hand drawing, so I can't be like, hi. So usually my husband's there, but usually if he's walking around, again, I would have my sister next to me, but sometimes we both have commissions and we can't really pay attention to people walking by. Having extra help, having extra hands and eyes would be like, hey, really cool. So that's the story how I got 3 conventions in July. This unintentionally became a how I got a convention back to back to back in July, and how I got a table at BalCon. How to lose. That should be the title of this video, is how to fail and still win. So right now I'm gonna work on some commissions, not commissions. So if you don't know what I do lots of originals, which is, I know sounds weird. It makes it sound like I do original art, not fan art. I do OCs. I do OCs sometimes, but when I say originals, I mean original drawings. Usually consists of fan art. So I call them originals because they're on paper. I draw them, I line art them, and I color them. So I call them originals. They're marker doodles. I make them into prints eventually when I scan them. So I'm going to be working on that today. I'm going to try to color fully the Rosalina and Daisy one that is based off the new Peach game, because they have their hair up. I'm going to put like sparkles and ribbons, but I'm going to color it fully with my Ohuhu markers and my Prismacolor pencils. So I'm going to be working on that. If I get that one finished, I am going to work on Femc, MC from Persona. Oh, other news that is not really related to the business. I have been workshopping again with my brother about our comic. And I know I'm that kind of person who's like, oh my god guys, we're working on a comic, and then have nothing for the next like few days, months, work, whatever. For real this time, I feel like we're actually working on a comic. And if you don't know, Paranormal Club is kind of a joint project with me and him. I mostly do most of the story. He helps me with some characters and fixing some of the story. So if I have a problem, I'm like, hey, does this work? Does this work? Does this work? Does this work? And he gives me a critique of maybe yes, no, that's weird. Okay. So I have been working on the paranormal comic, but it's that thing of starting it is hard. I can start it, but I don't want it to be like, hey, remember that thing that happened in the first page? What happened with that? And then I'm just like, that was nothing. I just wanted to start this comic because the rest in the middle is good and the beginning is meh. But I'm working on it. Everything's penciled. I have a whole chapter, which is I think 30 pages, which I think is a good start for a first chapter. I have no idea where I'm going to upload it. I might just upload it on my Ko-fi or make a separate Ko-fi to keep it separate from my work and my gallery. So it's not like art, comic, comic, you know? So I think I might make a separate Ko-fi for it. Oh, so because we're doing so much conventions back to back, I have goals for them, which sounds crazy. So I'm looking to outsource my stickers. We are going to order many stickers, about 34 different designs. A lot of them are the older ones that we have, or the current new old ones that we have, that I made like a little bit of. So I will be outsourcing them. And I have some new stickers, some Dungeon Meshi stickers. I will be outsourcing the Trigon Stampede Donut stickers that my sister made. I might have to edit those because the way we made them at home, we had the hole cut out in the middle, but that might not work if we outsource them because it might be a complicated design. So I made a sticker sheet of her witch character, and it was kind of themed around this cat. It was a witch girl, this little witch girl on a broom with her cat during a full moon. So I themed it around like the nighttime. So I put in like lavender, flower potions, blueberries, moon stuff, stars, you know, blue. And I'm ordering some sticker sheets from Cat Print. Cat Print, I like how they do their sticker sheets. I'm also trying to order some sticker books. I have a design for the sticker books that I made. This cute little alligator boy. It's this picture of this alligator boy in a little shirt with rainbows and clouds and stars behind him. And I thought, this is really cute. Maybe I should make this into a print. But I thought, what if I made it into a sticker book? The sticker books are becoming popular because people like to buy a lot of stickers. And I think I'm doing notepads, but I think I might have to step back from that idea. I still have the design for them, but I might wait because of the cost to ship them and make everything. It's getting a little bit high, especially since I'm ordering from separate websites.
Oh, hold on. These things cost a fortune, Hagu. Girls' things are this pricey? How can you possibly afford them? Ugh.
It's like I'm ordering a whole bunch of original prints. Like I make these into prints about the same size. So you can get the original, which is this size, which is I think 6x8, and the print, which is also 6x8. So they look the same. So I'm putting a large amount of ones that I think people would buy and maybe some people would buy. The goals I set for the convention, because there's 3 of them in July, I'm trying to make a goal set of how much money I want to make, how much things I want to sell, how many commissions I want to get, and trying to get rid of old stock that I have. Get back to goals. Let's get back to your goals. So my goals for all 3 conventions combined, not each convention, is to sell 10 on-site commissions, which my commissions are how I do my originals. Same size, same everything. Everything's the same. I do charge for extra characters. I do charge for backgrounds. I don't charge for color. I charge $75 for on-site commissions. Usually I get done in an hour or so, but depending on like the speed at which I go, how busy we are, it's basically an hour and 30 minutes or so. Especially if the character's not too difficult and if it's just the one character. But if there's two characters, I haven't had two characters. Nope, lie. A commission that was older Gohan and I forgot her. I just remember her. It was two of them together and I charged I think 85. And then she tipped me also, so I got 90 I think. So I want to sell 10 on-site commissions. I want to try to get rid of all the old charms we have. We have a whole bunch of, again, things that I don't sell no more. Sell 50 stickers. I'm trying to get traffic to my coffee page. I've had this coupon idea where if you get, if you bought at tables at my convention, that you get a percentage off on the coffee shop for everything, including commissions. There's also digital commissions that I do on my coffee. I do digital, I do originals, I do button commissions. I'm trying to sell some originals, which is, again, these, but the actual original of it, colored and everything. I sell my originals and I scan them and make them into prints. I price these depending on how much work I put on them, how much I color them, and how long it takes for them to be finished. So, like, say all three of these, depending on how much work and detail was in all three of these, I price them differently. This one might be 80, this one might be 75, and this might be 50, it might be 60. So depending on how much work I put on it, how much extra things and whatever, I price them depending on how much work and how much I think they are. I've literally done the math of all my past conventions last year and this year. Well, last year and the previous year, because I have a notebook of all my conventions I've done. I don't sell a lot of prints, so my goal is so small for my prints. It is sell 10 prints, any size. So I have lots of old prints that are bigger, like 8x11, 8x10, whatever. But I also have a lot of prints because I make these into originals, into prints of this size. So any size includes this to bigger sizes of prints. So my goal is 10 prints combined for all 3 of these conventions. So I'm gonna try selling and pushing the prints. Oh, I'm also trying to do, I have a lot of buttons. I haven't done buttons in a while because I made the mistake of pre-making buttons and they did not do well. So I might be opening some on-site button commissions. We'll probably sell them for 13 because I have them on my coffee for 13, which I do the art for them. I made templates for everything. I was thinking of doing like a DIY service where it's like, hey, do you want to make a button? Sit down at my table, color, I'll punch it out, I'll punch the button and I'll make it for you. But I thought that was too much space that could be taken up. And I don't want to get in trouble with anyone at the convention being like, hey, this is kind of in the way of the flow. Your neighbor doesn't like it. You know, they didn't want people back here. So I thought about it and I was like, yeah, I'll just do the commissions. Other than that, I have a hit list, which, hold on. I have a hit list of goals to meet money-wise. So I wrote down all the expensive of how much this will cost, how much prints will cost, how much so-and-so markers, blah, 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 whatever. Luckily, I only have 2 tables because, again, BlogCon is free. If I make all my money back from ordering prints and sticker sheets, good, it made the money back. I need to get some display stuff, so that's on the list as well of making money back for that. I'm ordering markers, kind of expensive, but I want them, and they're for business. So I have that. So I need to make a certain amount of money to get rid of all those things on my hit list. So that's on my list of goals. Yeah, it's already been an hour. I'm gonna cut this video and color. All right, see you later. Bye, 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 bye. Okay, bye.